Today's presentation will briefly discuss an overview of setting up an office-based surgical suite. This is not an in-depth presentation. That information is available on my website, in particular the reimbursement guidebook. My name is Jeffrey Restuccio, and I'm a certified medical coder and reimbursement consultant. So the issue is that numerous surgical procedures can now be safely performed in an office-based surgical suite, or OBSS, instead of a facility such as an ambulatory surgery center, a hospital outpatient department, or a hospital. The reimbursement challenge is that many surgical procedures have a status indicator of NA, or not applicable, in the non-facility NA indicator field in the 2021 Medicare PFS RVU database. This means that there is no additional reimbursement for the OBSS, and there are at least 97 orthopedic hand and wrist procedures that lend themselves to an OBSS and warrant, but the SOSD equals 0. So now these procedures would require negotiation for reimbursement for the overhead with each carrier when performed in the office. So here's some acronym explanations, and these are also included in my introduction video. The OBSS, which is office-based surgical suite. OBS is office-based surgery. IOECTR is in-office endoscopic carpal tunnel release. WALLANT is an acronym for wide awake local anesthesia with no tourniquet. And SOSD is site of service differential. So as far as setting up your office-based surgical suite, we have a chapter on basics for setting up your suite. There's numerous regulation, registration, and accreditation issues. The issue of patient safety may come up. We have a chapter on the benefits of WALLANT and IOECTR, and then an office-based facility. Again, remember that technically it's not a facility, so even though your overhead could be considered facility fees, you can never really refer them as facility fees. There are some billing companies that might tell you that you can bill for a facility, if you set up a different ID, but that's not correct. That would be illegal. So whenever you report place of service equals 11, then you're no longer a facility. We have research supporting the WALLANT procedure. I have a research database and information on what is WALLANT. We have information on protocols, a sample contract for reimbursement. I have information on the different individual state laws and OBSS on my website, and each state is different, so it's quite confusing. Also, you're going to need to consult a healthcare attorney in your state that understands OBSS, laws, and there's quite a few of them. There's not a lot. You need to prepare an inventory of your equipment that you uniquely need for your OBSS. You need to have contingency plans if for any reason the patient were to have an adverse effect to the local anesthesia. Also, I have something on marketing. You might want to market your the WALLANT procedure of local anesthesia to your patients. And then, of course, we'll be reporting feedback from clinics and surgeon. So understand that there are many procedures that do have a site of service differential, and they're not going to be an issue. If you perform in the office, you'll be getting more money. You'll be getting reimbursement for your overhead for the 6 components, both your direct and indirect practice expense. So that they're not a problem. Now, some pay hundreds and even thousands, and others pay less than $50. For example, open carpal tunnel release, it has a site of service differential, but it only pays about $6 more to the surgeon when performed in the office. Of course, you don't need the equipment like you would with endoscopic. So that's, part of that issue. Now, the ECTR simply has 0 SOSD. So again, you need to negotiate because you're going to need to buy a video monitor and video system as an example. And that's something normally provided by the facility. Always work with a healthcare attorney. Never bill a facility charge for the OBSS. And be prepared to negotiate with your top carriers. And the main key is to find someone that understands that you are helping them by saving them money on the total costs. Here's our legal hold harmless statement. This coding and reimbursement information is provided for educational purposes only. The author makes no representations and or warranties, express or implied, regarding the accuracy of the information contained in this presentation. And you can visit our website, www.IOECTR, for more information, or you can contact me with the email and phone number below. Thank you for your time.